Hallo Dortmund! Colin hat auch sehr geschmunzelt, so Warren, Colin was also smiling a little bit and well, perhaps you understood you were talking a little bit about this very special story happened, I think, in '95, where you got lost as you spoke till, well, shortly before the race starts. Perhaps now it's the time to talk seriously about this night, what happened in Dortmund.
Okay, well, to start with, I wasn't with my wife that I'm with now, a very lovely lady. I wish I'd been with her then, because I think my results would have been a lot better, because I wouldn't have been so distracted all the time. She would have kept me on the straight and narrow. But yeah, Tommy, at the end of the day, look, every year at the end of Dortmund on the Saturday night, there's a brilliant party. The promoters, everybody throws on this fantastic party. Mostly for the organisers and the mechanics and you know, and stuff like that. It's not really designed for the riders, but obviously the riders come in and you know, we do a bit of socialising and then off we go to bed, sort of thing. You know, that's the normal. But this particular year, I kind of was having a good time and I enjoyed a good party and stuff like that. A couple of beers. And it got to the point where I should have made the decision to go to my hotel, which was directly next door to the stadium, to Germany a lot for the championship races, because he would keep me, you know, focused and in bed early and stuff like that. This particular night, he slipped off a little bit early and whatnot. So the party was coming to an end. I'd met a couple of new friends and whatnot, and it was all going good, and I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to go to the hotel. I wasn't ready for you know, for sleep yet. So we went out, come out of the party room, went to the hotel where I already had a room to try and book a room, but it was full up, so I couldn't get a room there because we wanted to carry on the party. So I jumped in a taxi with my new friend, and we told the taxi driver to find us a hotel. So we drove to a couple of hotels, and they was also full up. So we carried on driving until, you know, I was determined, and we needed to find a hotel. So eventually we found a hotel, got booked in, checked in, everything like that, and watched telly and, you know, fell asleep. And the next morning, on the Sunday for Dortmund, the practice and everything is a lot earlier than the other days. So I woke up in this hotel, and I think practice was around 10 o'clock and the race was going to start at 2 o'clock or something like that. So when I woke up in this hotel, it was, I think, 11 o'clock. So I kind of panicked a little bit, and obviously I knew that I had a little bit of a problem on my hands. So quickly got dressed, run out of the hotel, didn't really know where I was. So flagged down a taxi and jumped in the taxi and said, okay, you need to get us to Westfalenhallen very, 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 very fast. I'm late for something quite important and you need to get us there fast. How far away is it? 10, 15 minutes? And the taxi driver turned to me and said, well, no, it's around 50 minutes to an hour. And I was, oh my God, you know, how long was we driving around last night trying to find a hotel? So I'm really worried now. I'm really worried. I didn't want to let everybody down and stuff like that. So anyway, we drive, and then the taxi, I'm telling him faster, you've got to go faster, you know. And it wasn't, I didn't have my mobile phone with me. Nobody knew where I was. Nobody, you know, it was a disaster. So I'm telling the taxi driver, you've got to drive faster, get there. Anyway, when we got to the area, the stadium for the Supercross is also on the same complex as Borussia Dortmund's football ground. So there happened to be a football match that day as well. So there was 70,000 people or whatever trying to get to the football match. There was 10,000 people trying to get to the Supercross race, and the traffic was gridlocked. Everything was, you couldn't move. The traffic wasn't going anywhere. So I'm getting more and more panicked, more and more stressed. In the end, I paid the taxi driver. I can see the stadium in the distance, but it's not close, but I can see it. I know where it is. So we jumped out of the taxi and start running to the stadium. As we get there, you arrive at the hotel first, and I run through the restaurant, and I happen to see my sponsor, Burkhardt and Edith Sarholz, in the restaurant having a nice bit of lunch with my mechanic, with the chief mechanic, with everybody that's to do with me, to do with the team. So I thought, okay, I'll probably get away with this. I'll go over and I'll apologise, and everything will be fine. So as I walked over to Burkhardt, his face was like thunder. He didn't look happy at all. And I thought, well, I'll try. So I said, Burkhardt, I'm really, really, really sorry. And he said, Warren, we don't speak now. He said, we speak after the race. Depends whether you still have a job. Oh my God, this is terrible, you know. So I needed to get to the hotel room. So I thought I need to speak with my dad, because my dad will calm me down and tell me everything's all right, and you know, and I'll be able to race and it'll be good. So I run to the hotel, run up to the room. As I come in the room, my dad's not there. I thought, that's strange. And all that's on the bed is my passport and a note saying I've gone home, F you, as in he wasn't very happy with me either. So I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is really not good. So I run over to the stadium and I find you, Tommy, because I need help, you know. I've missed practice completely. I know for insurance reasons I have to do a minimum of 2 laps, and I hadn't done anything. I'm still not in the right frame of mind for racing and stuff. So anyway, Tommy, you, Petra, and the organisers, you helped me out so much. You spoke with a promoter. I said, look, please, just... So anyway, after a lot of sort of argument and back and forth and whatnot, they let me do 2 laps practice just so I was insured for the race. They'd made some alterations to the track overnight, and I didn't know because I wasn't there in practice in the morning. They changed the triple or something, but again, I didn't know. So the first lap, I just come round and jumped the triple, and nobody else had jumped the triple in practice apparently. But, you know, so whatever. So we've done practice, gone back to the paddock, and nobody's speaking to me. Everybody thinks I'm an idiot, and I've let everybody down. Oh man, I've got to do something here to make it right, you know. So anyway, had a little power nap, half an hour or whatever. I think I drank about 20 Red Bulls just to kind of get back in the game. And then yeah, it got to the evening show. Wobbled my way around the heat race somehow, got through the semi-final somehow, I don't know. The final is coming. I've got no energy. I'm completely empty on everything. But anyway, whatever, I don't know, somebody looked after me. The final happened. I got a brilliant start. I was determined not to lose my job or my ride with Sarholz, because they'd been so good to me. And somehow I found some energy, and I got second in the final. And I don't know how. It was a miracle. Something. I had some help that night. I don't know where from, you know. But I saved my job. Everybody was laughing, and then from that day, yeah, the story became a little bit legendary. So yeah, it was good.
Warren, yes. Thank you very much. It's so fun. Even Colin is laughing here.
Yeah, I should think so. Yeah.
Also,
it was good though, you know. She was a nice Belgian girl, and it was, you know, everything worked out good in the end.
Ja, am Ende war alles gut. Wir werden in den nächsten Tagen mal das ganze Thema komplett übersetzen. Das würde jetzt hier den Rahmen sprengen. Aber nochmal für die jetzt nicht ganz so verstanden haben. Er ist einfach auf unserer legendären Saturday Night Party hängen geblieben, weil Dad Ed, der übrigens immer noch lebt, schon ein bisschen Jack Daniels getrunken hatte, schon mal im Bett war und ist dann halt mit ein paar Freunden irgendwo in Dortmund versackt, wie er meinte. Das war aber dann doch nicht in Dortmund, sondern fast eine Stunde weit weg, hat da ein Hotel gesucht und ja, hat dann verschlafen am Sonntagmorgen. Man musste noch 3 Pflichtrunden drehen, wie das so üblich ist, und ist dann irgendwann wieder zur Strecke gekommen und ja, war eigentlich seinen Job los, aber Burkhard Sarholz hat ihn noch mal fahren lassen und dank Petras Hilfe durfte er dann auch irgendwie seine 3 Pflichtrunden drehen dort und ist an dem Abend Zweiter geworden. Sensationell.